Hi, it's Sally from Field to Fork here. Welcome to another Field to Fork cooking session in which we're going to make Fairtrade banana and chocolate chip muffins. Fairtrade Fortnight this year comes between February the 22nd and March the 7th. And we at Field to Fork like to get involved to raise awareness of the difficulties faced by farmers and growers in the developing world, producing foods that we eat and drink every day. In this past year, we have realised just how interconnected we are with others around the world, while the continuing impact of climate change is felt most severely by farmers and growers in countries who have done the least to contribute to it. To make our Fairtrade banana and chocolate chip muffins, we will need 3 well-ripened Fairtrade bananas, 60 grams of Fairtrade granulated sugar, and 60 grams of Fairtrade chocolate chips or chopped chocolate. Can you see on each of these products there is the Fairtrade mark? This means that the farmers or producers, whether in Colombia, Belize or Ghana, will have received a fair price, a guaranteed price for their produce. They will also have received extra money as a premium to help their community make improvements. And they will have a say over their own working conditions. You will also need 240 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 60 grams of porridge oats, 60 ml of water, 1 egg and 90 ml of melted low-fat spread. First of all, prepare your muffin tin by placing a muffin case in each of the 12 holes in the tin and turn your oven on to 190 degrees centigrade or gas mark 5. Begin by measuring out 240 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of bicarb of soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. Sieve into your bowl. Do that just by gently tapping the sieve against your hand and allowing the flour to fall down into the bowl and so pick up air, making it light and fluffy. It's really important when making muffins to get as much air into your mixture as you can. Next, peel and mash your bananas until they're really soft. This is a great way of using up bananas that are maybe a little bit too soft and mushy and ripe for eating, depending on how you like your bananas. They're much easier to mash when they're like this as well, because we want them well mushed up. Next, mix together your wet ingredients, which consist of your beaten egg, your melted fat, the bananas, your sugar, and the water. And finally, your porridge oats, which add a little touch of Scotland. We're now ready to bring together our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients. And this is the critical part of making successful muffins. So we need to do it really carefully and gently. So we pour in our wet ingredients. And very gently fold to mix. Now we want to do this just enough to bring together all those dry ingredients without over mixing or beating to knock the air out. So when we're halfway through, we're just going to pop in the chocolate chips and mix them in as well. So we want to mix it till we get rid of the flour. Once we can see no more dry flour, we're going to stop and then spoon it into our muffin cases, evenly dividing it between all 12. Once you've divided all your mixture equally between your 12 muffin cases, bake them in the preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes until they're lightly brown and spongy. Can you remember which ingredients in our muffins were fair trade and what countries they came from? I wonder if you've noticed that fair trade mark on any other foods and drinks you might shop for. So as well as bananas, there are sugars of different types, different sorts of chocolate and cocoa. There's coffee, teas, herbal and ordinary, and then there's things like wine and maybe different fruits. Remember that this mark means that those producers are receiving a fair price for what they produce. We can all play a part in the fair trade movement, not just during Fairtrade Fortnight, but throughout the year. We have the power to drive long-term change by what we are choosing to shop for. So look out for that fair trade mark and remember to tell others the message too. Enjoy your fair trade banana and chocolate chip muffins. Fresh from the oven is best. Delicious. Look forward to seeing you again soon for another Field to Fork cooking session.